Those of you who've watched episode 3, Stolen Childhood, will know that this episode takes off from where a deeply shattered guy sits in a cab and takes off from the bar because his best buddy, his tennis buddy, has taken over the hot chick that this previously unshattered guy was chatting up. For those of you who are starting off from this particular episode, feel free, go on. But know that deep within your heart, you've missed the brilliance of episode. Well, continuing from where I last left off, while in the cab on the way back home, a memory surfaced. I was 8 years old and in the midst of the greatest of battles ever, the Mahabharata. In those days, my afternoons used to be spent reenacting parts of this most magnificent war. But these always fell short, and I'll tell you why. The trouble lay with my weaponry. Using the pressure cooker as a magic mace that could rain snakes on the Kauravas or the enemies just didn't cut it. Also, the pressure cooker was really heavy. I needed a lighter mace, and so it came to be. On an afternoon where my mother was watching tennis on TV, I decided to make a mace. Draping a pink napkin over this thick wooden walking stick that my father had brought back from Mahabaleshwar was the plan. To any adult, it would have looked exactly as described, a stick and a napkin over it. But to a child's mind, it was the mace. And of course, it was much better to handle than that bloody pressure cooker. Only the napkin kept slipping off, Anyway, redesign took place in the kitchen, wherein the napkin, okay, this was a stick, the napkin over here, on top over here, the bottom of a salt shaker was screwed in tight. And Mace MK2 was born. Like in a warrior nation where a most terrible weapon of destruction has been created, much celebration followed. So there I was, running around the house, yelling and screaming, whirling that mace above my head, and in doing so, I entered the living room to see that my mother was watching Steffi Graf nail a backhand down the forecourt. As if on cue, the salt shaker took off and nailed her in the middle of her head. Not Steffi, my mother. It took 5 frozen seconds for her mouth to shut. Then she got up, switched off the television set, and proceeded to thrash me in time with the second hand of the clock. Her open mouth, the shock, these remained etched in my memory ever since. Was it so inconceivable for a mother to be plugged in the middle of her forehead with a salt shaker? Wasn't a family woman, while watching Steffi Graf on TV, supposed to be exempt from bodily harm? These questions gnaw at the very heart of faith and trust. And given what happened with me in the last episode, I think I now safely can say that I have the answers.